Hi everyone, it's your boy Sean. Welcome back to another Summoners World video. Today I want to bring you guys a monster review on Ariel, my first ever Net 5. I got him quite early into the game, like I think 3 months or 4 months, and I got him even before Bella, if I'm not wrong, and he was so good. Like, he has been helpful to me since so early into the game until this very day. Let's take a look at his stats. He has very good tanky stats like super high HP, super high defense. He has resistant awakening, which is very relevant. I like that. That awakening bonus is very helpful wherever I want to use him. Let's take a look at his skill. The first skill is a default Archangel skill that will remove beneficial effect with a 75% chance and deal damage based on defense. So he can still does like decent-ish damage even with support build as long as you have good amount of defense. He has 2 healing skills, the first one being Archangel Blessing. It is a single target healing skill that heals by 50%. That's a lot. Okay? And the cooldown is really short, only 3 turns. I love this skill. It heals so much and the cooldown is so short. The last skill is an Aoe Healing Skill. This skill will heal your ally by 36%, something like that, after you max his skill, and another 45% after 3 turns. That's a lot of Aoe healing. After the buff, he now fuel up attack bar of all allies by 20% each. Sounds familiar? It's like you have a Bella, you put wings on him and you make him blue, give him a can of Red Bull, then he'll become this thing. But this healing skill is amazing. Like, even before the buff was very welcome. I didn't think that he needed a buff that much. People has been comparing him to Jasun, like Jasun does much better healing, doesn't care about healing, debuff and all that. And Ariel is like outshined by a Net 4. But I think he was good at where people want to use him. So the buff was not needed but was very welcome. And it makes this skill so much better. The leader skill is niche for certain cases, like let's say you want to use arena or you are using a full water team, something like that. So it's a nice leader skill. 50% HP is a lot, okay? That's like at least 5,000 more HP for most of the part. I am using double nemesis wheel on him for a very specific reason. But for starter, I would recommend Swift Energy. When you move to Dragon's B10, I would recommend Violent Endure. And then when you move to Necro B10, I would recommend Violent Nemesis or Double Nemesis Will. The first place that you'll be using him will definitely be Giants B10. He was my savior in here. Because Bella alone with Swift build was not able to save the team from dying. But with Ariel, holy shit. The healing was like way redundant. And I could put whatever I want in the last slot, and even if let's say Orochi dies somewhere in between or die at the boss, Ariel, Vermos and Bernard, those 3 can easily finish the Giants B10. So Swift Energy, Speed HP or Speed HP defense, he doesn't need to be 6-star or awakened to be useful. All his skills are available to you at the basic form. So I would recommend if you have Vermos, Bella, 6-star them first. They are much more important to be 6-star. Ariel has good stats even at 5-star awaken, and he has all the skills that you need. Most of the time you need to awaken to get the stats or get the skill that you need, but with Ariel, he has everything that you need. In ToA, not this team, this is like Ghetto Farmable team. In ToA, I use a slightly different team to Outtro. You can check out the last video when I stream. I use Jasun and Manchura, but when I was early into the game, these 5 were my bread and butter in ToA. Outtro, okay? Because with Ariel healing, my team will never die. When Brian revives someone, he will lower the HP of the entire team to balance the HP, and Ariel will pop that healing skill, that holy water, and everyone is back to full. And the healing over time is really good in ToA. They will be able to hit you when you do ToA, and healing over time really helps to mitigate the damage. So Ariel is freaking god here. The healing is super amazing. And he is so good for auto. When I first joined DB10, I used to run this team for quite a while because it was super safe and super good. So Vero, Bella, Spectra are like bread and butter for early game DB10, you all should know that. But Trevor is really good because he's self-buffed, so you don't need Megan to help him deal more damage. This guy right here, I used to run him Violent something with decent amount of accuracy like 30 or 40 something. So he will help Bella with buff removal. And it's pretty consistent, 75% is a pretty high percentage. So with Bella and Ariel, I was able to remove the buff very consistently, and Trevor can just go ham on the boss. Ariel has resistant awakening, so it's easy to get him to 100% resistant with a simple and dual set. Which means during the Zyrod stage, the stage where everyone failed, Ariel will be able to resist the cooldown reset. Which means after the AoE, he'll be able to pop Holy Water. He used to be like the rep for everyone because Ariel can solo GB10. But please don't do that. Don't aim for solo stat. Just aim for generic support, violent guard, violent endure build with speed, HP, defense or something like that. He'll do so well for you in Giants B10, okay? Necro B10, don't bother, he's not good here. Don't bother. When you get into late game, Ariel is still super useful in raid because he has very good tanky stats, which means he can be easily ruined for frontline. Basic requirement for frontline would be 25k HP and 1.5k defense, and you already meet like half of that amount of stat with his base stats. So he's really good. So you can run speed, HP, defense on Violent Endure or Violent Nemesis. Don't over tank him. Like don't make him too tanky and like neglect speed. I see a lot of too tanky Ariel in raid and have like plus 30 speed. It's ridiculous. You need him to be fast so that he can keep up the healing for the entire team. Especially after the jump of the boss, you need to be able to pop the Holy Water to keep everyone alive. My team is not running Violent, only Colleen is having Violent Rune. They will not be stealing turns from each other, which will allow them to enjoy the healing overtime. So Ariel is really good in raid even without Violent, as long as you have enough speed of course. Also, Ariel is my bread and butter in arena defense. So I plan to have something like this during the week to first show up my net 5 of course. Also, it makes sense, okay? So the plan is to bait Lucian to come in because I only have one fire unit. Hit my Ariel, they will trigger the Nemesis effect. My Ariel will pop Holy Water. I plan to have Bastet on some sort of Nemesis as well, so she'll gain a certain amount of attack bar. She'll be able to gain a turn in between the damage dealer as well and pop Oasis Blessing. After that, it will be 45% attack bar boost. Maybe, okay, Ritash can move as well. And when Ritash move, he'll be able to enjoy that healing overtime and get his speed buff up. If Rakan can move, that would be amazing. But I don't think Rakan will be able to move because my Rakan is pretty slow. But I can make some tweaking here and there to get him to, let's say, 200 or 190 speed. So if Rakan can move after 45% attack bar boost, he'll be able to start revenging with collapse, and that would be amazing. So that's the plan. Maybe not Bastet, maybe Orion, but something like that. Or even Draco. So Ariel now will be so good if you have an attack bar booster in your team. With Holy Water and that attack bar booster, the other two can move as well. Holy Water can only heal you instantly for about 36%, which is not good enough in many cases, because let's say my Ritash has like 40k HP and a Lucian will probably deal around 27k or 30k. That will leave Ritash at 10k, very critical stage. So with Holy Water, Ritash will be able to have I don't know, 12k healing, something like that. And the second Lucian can still kill Ritash after the healing. But if you have a Praha who will heal for, if I'm not wrong, 50%, the entire team will be saved from the second damage dealer. That's why I want to have an attack bar booster in my team, so that both these guys right here, the two tanks on the side, will be able to enjoy the healing over time, which is very critical. So having an attack bar booster and the two tanks on 200 speed will be ideal for an Ariel team. That's it for the Ariel review. I have something to tell you guys. I want to do a rune crafting video. It will be 100 wheel runes, or maybe 50 wheel runes, 50 violent runes, or something like that, but probably 100 runes will be crafted. And during the crafting session, so I want to answer your question instead, like your weird ass question. So leave a comment in this video, hashtag answer me SeanB in your comment section if you want to ask me a question. You can ask me anything, like weird ass question you can find on the internet. Don't be too political, too sexual, too vulgar. If you know what I mean, I think you know what I mean. So leave the question in this video. I will be uploading this crafting session on the 1st or 2nd of January. So to start the year with a lot of willpower, okay? Oh my god, the pun. Thank you so much for watching until the end of this video. Remember to leave a question, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next video as soon as possible. Bye!